So we've had a fair amount of immigration since the 1940s, and it's been quite successful. And in some ways, you want to ask yourself why that has been the case, which is not really the question that's being asked now, because there is a sort of alarmist tone, both in the Swedish debate and especially in foreign countries where, most of the time you hear about burnings and lootings and all sorts of trouble. But one interesting question to ask is really, what is it that makes the Swedish society work pretty well, even with a great deal of immigration? And here I think there are like two answers to that question. One is that Swedish national identity is not particularly organized around ethnic ideas of national identity. It's a much more civic ideal that revolves around the citizenship and democracy. The second thing, and that's what that book that you mentioned was all about, it's a very individualistic society. It's based on a very strong alliance between the state and the individual citizen. And it also revolves around a very strong egalitarian principle that also is connected to the idea that everybody works. So it's a social contract, to paraphrase Jean-Jacques Rousseau, that is based on this idea of citizens that work, pay taxes, and receive social rights. So it is in many ways a very open society, assuming, however, that everybody contributes and work. And the problem with immigration in recent years has been that there's been a shift away from labor immigration towards large numbers of refugees that require much longer time to enter effectively the Swedish workforce. And without entering the workforce, there is very little chance for them to actually be fully integrated into Swedish society. So this is the key challenge that we have right now. Some of that has to do with numbers and speed of immigration, and the other one is this shift from labor immigration to refugee immigration.
Lars